Good afternoon, all. I still remain Biodun, the anchor of Car to Solution Place. This evening, I'll be taking you through water system. That means the water parameters. I've been telling you about water parameters, how to maneuver, how to control your pH or your GH or your KH. But this evening, I'm having a surprise for you because there's somebody that asked me that what is the percentage or the pH of rain water. That can you reuse the rainwater to rear your seed? What I mean by seed is that fishes from fryers to juvenile size, because they are still tender, they are still very very small, so they are tender. So that is why we call them seed. Can they use the rainwater to rear your seed? The question I gave is that as heart changes, rainwater do changes. If you are expecting a rainwater to be at a natural level, that means 7 of a pH, by the time you test it, it may be lower or higher. That means it may be acidic or alkaline. But today, I would like to set an example on how it works, what rainwater does, and what other natural water does. This, to me, is a natural way of treating your pH. Yes, sometimes, if you notice sometimes that if you arch your fryers and you allow rainwater to enter into your pond, you started noticing all your fishes are dying, because most people do complain that after rainfall their fishes started dying. Today I will show you why your fishes are dying, because you may not know, because sometimes I try to wonder why will you call yourself a farmer and you don't have tools. What I mean by tools is that there are some necessary tools that we need to have, unlike the past years that we don't have access to all these tools. What I mean by access is that it's not really common and it's somehow very very expensive. And that time I remember vividly that there's no way you can get those kits in each parameters. Sometimes you get it cumbersome and it makes it very very expensive. So now you can get your pH for your hardiness, you can get your pH for your KH, and you can get the pH, the kit for your pH. So it's interwoven. So today, as I promised, I will tell you how it does and how rainwater kills your fish, and how you can neutralize it when you have a higher pH. What I mean by higher pH is that now you have a lower pH. What I mean by lower pH is that when you are having a pH from 0 to 5, that means you can use an alkaline water. That means rainwater that falls normally comes alkaline. That means they are higher. So you can use an alkaline water to neutralize it and get a normal pH for your fish. So with this, I will encourage us all that if we are having our seed and we are testing our water regularly before rainfall, and we noticed that the water is low, when rain falls, gather some rainwater, test the density of the pH that the rainwater will give you. So you can use it to normalize your water and your fish will still do better. That means a natural way of treating your pH. This is an example of a rainwater. This rainwater, the rain that fell yesterday, I took my time to get this bowl to take some of the rain, direct water, not from the roof. This is the direct water. So I'm going to test it and we shall see what we are having. So this is the rainwater, and this is my liquid pH kit, which I encourage every one of us to have. So by the time I test the water, this is the result of what I got from the test. Look at the results here. So by the time you check the results here, you will see you are getting close to 13 or 14%. It's higher. It's alkaline. It's very very high. So if this kind of a water should be injected in your pond, you can notice what will happen to your fishes. All your fishes will automatically dies. So that is why sometimes I do receive some calls and some messages that after rainfall my fish started dying. So I advise anyone that if your pond is an open room, that means your hatchery room is an open room, try to make sure you cover your pond. As you can see, I cover almost all my ponds when rain wants to start falling, so that it won't disturb the pH, the parameters, the water parameters of my fryers. So as you can see that the pH of the rainwater is alkaline, that means it's very high. It is very high. Let me take, because I have a lower pH, let me take some water from my storage tank. This is the water from my storage tank, and I would like to test it. So testing this out, sorry, I'm using a lower water because you need 3 drops to get a full tube of this. So I'm using just a 1 tube, so I don't want to waste my kit. So as you can see, what the parameters is giving me is a somehow you can see is somehow is around 5. Let me test another water, because I'm having from this pond, the water going in from this pond. Let me just test it. So you can see what I'm getting as a result here. That means I'm getting around, around 2. Is around 2. That means it's acidic. That means the water going to this pond is highly acidic. So now I would like to treat my water in a natural way with the rain water, because you can imagine that the rainwater is alkaline, that means it's high, and my water coming from my storage system is low. So now I want to make the water natural. Why I'm doing this again is that I'm telling you how rainwater can affect your fryers. And note, when your water is low, the percentage of the alkaline water you will put, because alkaline water is very high, so the percentage must be around 70 to 30%, and you make sure you test if you are getting a natural water. So by this time I will be, this is the water from my the acidic water from my pond 5. So I'll be taking some rain. This is the rainwater, as you know. Let me put some quantity of the rainwater here. You can see the quantity I put, just a little quantity, and I'm mixing it up. When after mixing, I have to test. Now after due test, you can see here that I'm having the natural water. You can see the water is around 7.5. That means it's giving me the natural water. That means the acidic water, which is from my reservoir, and the alkaline water, which is from the rain water, is giving me a natural water. This, you can use this means to regularize and to streamline your pond water, your incubating water, to get a better result for your fishes. That means if you don't have a soda ash to use, that is a chemical source, we use is it called bicarbonate as a chemical source. We have a natural source. I sent the video earlier. You can use an oyster shell as a natural source. Now I'm using a rainwater as a natural source. So if you're having problem in your pond, maybe you're having lower pH and you notice rain is falling, conveniently you can get the rainwater, test the rainwater if it is alkaline, mix it with the water in your incubator, and you still have a perfect running for your fryers. Note, once you are rearing your fish in an acidic water, try to check your water every day, like 2 times a day, and try to prevent it and naturalize it. If you are not doing so, immediately, if by mistake the acidic water started affecting the fish, you will lose all your fish totally. No one will survive. I bet you, no one will survive. So you don't allow the water to penetrate inside your fish so that it can cause many infections in them. When the infections started happening, there is no way you can control it. I bet you there's no. If you take them inside the natural water, they will never be okay until they started dying, and they die to the end. So thank you very much. This evening I'm trying to tell you how you can use your rainwater, which is this rainwater I have here, and your acidic water from the storage tank to get a natural water for your fish. I think this video will be as a help for many of us who are in doubt or is having problem with their fish immediately rain start falling. Because I've seen series of questions and series of calls, but there's nothing I can do when you can't manage your fish yourself. That is why I try to throw out these videos so that we can all understand what it takes and what will happen when that incident happens. We don't want incident to happen to our farm. That is why I'm releasing this video for us, because if I'm writing it down, is inside most of my books. There's inside, if you can get my books on hatchery management, you will see it inside. But I don't know, people are so redundant and so negligent in getting books, in reading guides to get perfect jobs doing in their farm. So I'm releasing this video free of charge so that we can all gain from this experience. As I'm telling you again, this is a practical experience. All what I'm doing, not what I'm writing, is a practical experience. It's an experience that I have tested and I've maneuvered and I've done everything perfect about it before releasing it out. Even most people don't know it can happen, but because I've tested it and I know that it's happening, that you can maneuver an alternative to get a natural water. So that's why I'm releasing this video, to help 1 or 2 people. So far so good. You'll still be hearing more videos from me to guide you, to encourage you to a successful catfish farming business. Thank you so much. I still remain Yoda.